because it is because, again, I love to tell the story of a guy named Steve, or at least that's what I'm calling him. And Steve was a very successful person here locally in Northwest Arkansas, and head of a very difficult business, and retired. And he and his wife actually came in at first because she was having some struggles with him with retirement, and then we got into more some of her stuff, but he kind of sat and listened. He participated some. But about 4 months later, he called me back and he says, "Can I come back by myself?" And I said, "Sure." And he said, "I want to talk to you about some things that have happened to me." And I said, "Well, tell me about your childhood." And he started laughing, Ananta, just laughing uproariously. He said, "Well, my mother used to throw rocks at me and scream at me that I'd never amount to anything." And I proved her wrong. And he said, "But I don't know. I still am. I was looking forward to retirement and I don't understand what's happening to me. I'm drinking too much. I don't want to do anything. I've had this great career. And what's going on? I don't understand." And I looked at him and I said, "Don't you have a grandson?" He go, "Yeah." I said, "Let's get him out in the front yard. Let's go pick up some big stones and throw them at him and say, 'You're not going to amount to anything.'" Scream at him. And Steve looked at me and went, "Well, I would never do that." I said, "Why not?" "Because it would hurt him." And I said, "You are still that little boy that was screamed at. As long as you were working and getting all this constant affirmation, what a success you were, you could answer your mother. You could say, 'See, you're wrong. I did amount to something.' And now with retirement, you don't have that armor anymore. And your armor is beginning to come off. And so you don't know what to do with yourself." And he kind of looked at me. I won't say he got tears in his eyes, but you could tell that something was going on. He says, "I think you're right." And he began to do that work of, wow, I have been bound for years to prove my mother wrong. Now, how do I find and discover my true value? It was an incredible session.